Good morning, everyone. Welcome back. This one is the second module related to the sixth chapter of Geography from Integrated Social Science Ratna Sagar, that is the major landforms of the Earth. We have already discussed in the previous module the processes and the forces which are responsible for the formation of the major landforms. In this particular module, we'll be reading about mountains, terms related to mountains, and the types of mountains, their formation, as well as how mountains are useful to us. When it comes to mountains, we already know that a mountain is a huge landmass, isn't it? A mountain is a huge landmass and it rises, which rises more than 900 meters above the mean sea level, and it is considerably higher than the surrounding area, whatever the area is surrounding it. It is considerably higher than the surrounding area. Some mountains are even higher than the clouds, and in some mountains, as you go higher, the climate becomes cooler, isn't it? Some mountains are even higher than the clouds, and as you go higher, the climate becomes colder. And about half of the mountain surface should have steep slopes. This is what we call steep slopes. Have steep slopes, and the mountains are the highest landforms and occupy about one fourth of the total land area of the earth. In some mountains, there are permanently frozen rivers of ice. They are called glaciers. There are some mountains you cannot see as they are under the sea. Mauna Kea in Hawaii in the Pacific Ocean is an undersea mountain. It is higher than the Mount Everest, being 10,205 meters high, and mountains may be arranged in a line known as ranges. Now we'll move on to some terms related to mountains. So the first term related to mountain is the mountain range. Mountain range, a system of mountains and hills having peaks and valleys arranged in a line, is known as mountain range. They are basically formed in the same period, basically group of same age. Okay, many mountains consist of the series of parallel ranges extending over the hundreds of kilometers. The Himalayas, the Alps, and the Andes are mountain ranges of Asia, Europe, and South America, respectively. As you can see in the very next image, this is the image showing the ranges in India. Okay, do give a look to this map by stopping the video for a few minutes. Let us see a world map also showing the world's famous and major mountain ranges. This map is already given in your book in page number 140. Do go through this mountain. The names are already given and the mountain ranges are numbered in the map. Okay, as you can see, the Brooks Range, here is the Brooks Range, then Alaska, then Mackenzie Ranges. So many mountain ranges are there. Do have a look to these mountain ranges. When it comes to mountain chain, there is a next term related to mountain, that is mountain chain. What mountain chain is? A mountain chain has several a certain parallel and long and narrow ranges. As you can see here, the mountains are quite parallel, long and narrow ranges. Okay, what is mountain chain has? What mountain chain possesses? So a mountain chain has certain parallel, long and narrow ranges. Coming on to the next term, that is mountain system. Several mountain ranges are separated by valleys. Okay, and mountain system, basically the mountains of same age makes range and they form a system. Okay, so mountain ranges are separated by valleys, and these mountain ranges are basically they are of same age. They have been formed in the same period. Okay, these are called this is called mountain system. Coming on to the next term related to mountain is cordillera. What cordillera is? Basically, cordillera is a Spanish term which refers to several mountain groups and systems. Okay, it is a huge mountain belt stretching almost across the entire continent. As you can see here in the image, it's clearly shown. This is Western Cordillera, okay, in North America. So the mountain is basically here in a cordillera. There are mountains of which have been formed, which are of different ages. Okay, they form a chain, and they are called cordillera. So what is a cordillera? Cordillera basically refers to several mountain groups and systems. It is generally a huge mountain belt stretching almost across the entire continent. We already know that mountains are of various heights and shapes. These variations are due to the age and the due to the age of the mountains. And on the basis of their origin, mountains are generally classified into the following types. The first one is the fold mountain, the second one is the block mountain, and the third one is the volcanic mountains. Now we'll move forward and see how they are formed. Now let us have a look on how fold mountains are formed. Fold mountains are formed when the layers of the earth crust are folded by compression. Okay, and you can make your own fold mountain as well. As you can see in the video that the layers are being compressed. Okay, so fold mountains are formed when the layers of the earth crust are folded by compression. You can make your own fold mountain. For making your own fold mountain, what you have to do, take some hand towels and lay 10 hand towels on the flat surface and place two brick, two shoe boxes on each side like shown here in the image. As you can see, there are some hand towels and the two shoe boxes are placed on each side. Push the shoe boxes towards the center as shown in the video. As you can see that the box will be pushed towards the center. This activity shows us how fold mountains are formed when forces moves towards a common center. When you will be pushing the shoe boxes, okay, towards the center, you will see the formation of fold mountains, your own fold mountains which are created by you. Okay, so do have a look to this video and see how the formations, how the fold mountains are formed. Yes, you can see here the towels are being compressed. Okay, and a fold mountain is formed. So this activity shows how fold mountains are formed when moved towards a common center. So that was the video related to the formation of fold mountains. Fold mountains are further categorized into two divisions. The first one is young fold mountain, and the second one is old fold mountains. Okay, the Himalayas and the Alps are the young fold with rugged relief and high conical peaks, whereas the Aravallis range in India is one of the oldest fold mountain in the world. The range has considerably worn down due to the process of erosion. The Appalachians in North America and Ural Mountains in Russia have rounded features into low elevation. They are very old fold mountains. Now we will turn on to how block mountains are formed. And as you can see in this picture, that block mountains are created when large areas are broken and displaced vertically. You can see the displacement, it is done vertically. The uplifted blocks are termed as horsts and the lowered blocks are called graben. Let us see the video related to the formation of block mountain. Now coming on to the formation of block mountains. Block mountains are formed when cracks or faults occur in the earth's crust and the land between the cracks sinks, leaving upstanding blocks on the either side, as you can see in this video. Okay, turning on to block mountains are also known as fold mountains. You can make your own fold mountain blocks using a long eraser. As you can see in this video, there is an eraser. You can make your own block mountain with the help of the eraser. Take a long eraser and use a pencil to draw fault lines on it. Use a cutter or a blade to cut the eraser across the lines drawn earlier. Now, what you have to do, apply a little pressure on the corner pieces and lift the whole eraser above the table. What you have to do, you have to apply a little pressure on the corner pieces and you have to lift the whole eraser above the table. Slowly, what you do, pull the corner pieces apart and you can see how the land in the middle of the fault lines subsides and block mountains are formed on the either side. So in the video you have seen how block mountains are formed. The edges of such mountains are steep, and as you can see here, the edges of the mountains are steep and the surfaces are almost level. Okay, an example of block mountain is Vosges in Europe. The marble rocks at Jabalpur are, uh, are an example of block mountains found in India. Now we will turn on to the formation of volcanic mountains as well. We already know that the volcanic mountains are, we will be watching that in the video, that how volcanic mountains are formed. Volcanic mountains are formed due to the volcanic activities. Let us see the video how the volcanic mountains are formed. Okay. Formation of volcanic mountain is associated with the volcanic activities. What happens? Volcanic mountains are built when molten lava, ash, and dust from deep inside the earth comes out on the surface through cracks in the earth crust and accumulate. There is a magma chamber, as you can see in the video. There is a magma chamber. This magma chamber is a reservoir of magma within the earth's crust beneath a volcano. The viscous magma traps host gases within it which are released suddenly during an eruption. Okay, the viscous magma traps hot gases within it which are suddenly released during an eruption, as you can see in the video. The magma originally is a oceanic crust, also contains large volumes of water which in its gaseous state of steam increases the pressure within the vent. The release of gases and steam under high pressure increases the likelihood of a violent eruption. As you can see here, that the magma, within the increase of the pressure within the vent, there is a release of gases, and the steam under high pressure increases the likelihood of a violent eruption. The release of gases and steam, you can see the way it is, the gases are released, the way the magma is flowing and taking passage out of the vent. A funnel shaped depression at the top of the vent is called a crater. Here a funnel shaped formation will be occurred, and that is called a crater. Okay, this is vent and the funnel shaped formed at the top is the crater. As you can see here, the volcano, the lava erupted, the magma erupted. The rock plug left below the crater from various eruptions from the previous eruption blows off violently, creating a hail of ash and rock. Violent eruptions result in the collapse of the top of the cone. Secondary or cones are formed on the sides of the volcanic mountain. As you can see that the secondary vents, the secondary cones will also be formed on the side of the volcanic mountains as well. as you can see here that the cones are being formed. Okay, the cones steep sides are formed after the sticky acid lava pours slowly on the side of the cone and cools quickly. So as you can see here that the sides of the cone are cooling quickly. Each eruption first produces rock fragments which are later covered by lava, forming alternate layers on the volcanic mountain sides. You can make your own volcano using some mud, a small plastic cylindrical container, red and yellow food coloring, liquid dishwashing soap, baking soda, and a glass of vinegar. What you have to do? You have to insert the plastic container into the hollow center of the volcano at the top. Then you have to add 2 spoons full of baking soda to this mixture. Then add 1 tablespoon full of liquid soap, and to this mixture add 2 drops of red and yellow food coloring. After adding the red and the yellow food coloring, you have to add 2 drops of yellow and red food coloring. After adding these colors, you have to pour some vinegar into the container and do step back. Do not stay close to this experiment. Okay, and watch the volcano come alive. So in your next class, you will be reading about the types of volcanoes as well in class 7. So that was how you can form your own volcano. That was an experiment related to it. You can do it, but that experiment under the surveillance of your parents or elders. In class 7, you will be reading about the types of volcanoes, active, dormant, and extinct as well. So as you have seen in the video that the volcanic mountains are formed when a volcano erupts, hot magma is thrown out with great force. This magma accumulates around the vent of the volcano and generally forms a tall cone-shaped mountain known as the volcanic mountains. Mount Kilimanjaro in Africa and Mount Fujiyama in Japan are examples of such mountains. Mountains are storehouses of water, isn't it? The mountains are storehouses of water. Many rivers have their source in the glacier in the mountains. Water from the mountains is also used for irrigation and generation of hydroelectricity. Let us discuss the useful how mountains are useful to us as well. The mountains, they help in condensation of moisture by forcing the winds to rise, act as an effective barrier against colds and hot winds. The rivers originating from the mountains provide water throughout the year. The mountain slopes have rich pastures and valuable forests as well. With cool climate in summers, they serve as tourist and health resorts. Some mountains have rich reserves of minerals. The mountain rocks are widely used as building materials as well. With this, I call it a day. Will come to an end. We are coming to an end to this video series. In this video, we have seen how mountains are formed, and we also discussed about some mountains, also the examples of the mountains as well. Let us recapitulate. Fold mountains, we have already seen that these mountains have been formed recently, that's why they are known as young fold mountains. The Aravalis are formed much earlier, and that's why that the Aravali ranges in India are known as old fold mountains. We have also seen some examples of old fold mountains also. And block mountains, when it comes to block mountains, So the examples of block mountains are the Vosges in France, the Black Forest in Germany, and the Salt Range in Pakistan. Moving on to the volcanic mountains, Mount Kilimanjaro in Africa, Cotopaxi in South America, Krakatoa in Indonesia, Rainier in USA. We'll be reading about these mountains, these volcanic mountains as well in the next class under the topic volcanoes, the types of volcanoes, extinct, dormant, and active volcanoes. So with this, I call it a day. In the next module, we'll be discussing on plateaus, the types of plateaus, and how plateaus are useful to us. Thank you and have a nice day.